Yeah, what the lick read. This your boy Pissy P. Anki, Lamb Lumumba, aka Blow Lambo from out the barrio, you hear me? Like, share, subscribe, you know what I mean? Hit that notification bell. All top, if you in here, leave a comment, the good, the bad, the different. Just know I respond back, you know what I mean? And if you also like to help to see this channel grow, you can send a donation to my cash app at Lumumba 16. That's LAMUMBA 16. Stinking motherfuckers. So check the move, man. This is a topic that's been on my brain for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna get at it with y'all, man. The question is, why do LA gang members have no respect for guys that claim blood and crip outside of LA? And I got on my LA cap for the occasion. Off top, all y'all should know by now, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, raised in Jacksonville, Florida, but I live in St. Louis, Missouri right now. Okay, first thing y'all got to realize that the only reason why the Bloods and the Crips was able to spread the way that it did, especially back then, now it's just been a fad. The reason Bloods and Crips are a little more popular, you got more Bloods and Crips than Gangster Disciples, Vice Lords, BDs, Mickey Cobras, what have you. You know, most people, if you're a gang member, you're gonna, if you're not from a homegrown gang that's in your city, you're gonna either be Blood, Crip, GDs, or Vice Lords. You know what I'm saying? Vice Lords is not as popular as GDs. Elsewhere outside of LA, Bloods are more popular. You know what I'm saying? But the reason it was able to spread is that, see, now we have the internet, and you can get on the internet and you can type in inner city. You can imitate who you want to be now. I remember back in the days, you know, hell, people probably still say that about us from the South, but thinking the South so country, the South so slow. Hell, you can get on Google and type in inner city in the South, and you can check the murder rate. You can Google, you can go on YouTube and see what's going on in these cities. You know what I'm saying? People realize now that the South ain't as slow as you thought, and we about that bullshit. But the reason why LA gangs are more popular than Chicago gangs, because of Hollywood. It was at a point in time, the only depictions that we got of the streets was LA, New York, LA, New York, LA, New York, due to, you know, the movie industry. That's all we had to look at, you know what I'm saying, with the rapping and stuff, you know what I'm saying. If you look back, especially in the 90s, you will see that guys imitated the New York style of dressing. I remember at a point in time, man, everybody back in the day now met a guy who faked like he was from New York, knowing you ain't from New York, because it's like, oh, if you was from New York, you automatically got respect. You know what I'm saying? So, due to Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, when in these hard gangster movies we grew up off of came from either out of New York or LA. So when you watch these movies like Scarface, this, that, and third, even though it was finished in LA, but it was filmed in Miami, it got ran out of Miami. A lot of people don't know that. But anyway, when you watch these movies and you going home and you talking about it, you know what I'm saying, you liking some of the things that they saying, you liking some of the way that they dressing. So naturally, people are going to imitate things that they like, things that's foreign to them. Wow, I like how they ride them cars. You can get on YouTube, see how we ride donks in Florida. You know, that's just what it is. And another reason that was able to spread is also through the drug trade. Back in the 80s, the L.A. guys dominated the West Coast. The Miami guys dominated the East Coast. Either Miami or it don't matter if you was coming from the Caribbean or not, you was coming from out of Miami. If you weren't Miami born or Miami American, however. LA to the West Coast, Miami to the East. The Miami guys had a different approach than the LA guys. The Miami guys came to get their money and get their hell on. You know, they came on, and then a lot of them came on some trying to take over some shit. And, you know, you can't go to nobody else's city and take over. You could put it down, but eventually they're gonna get you up out of there. And that's the same with the LA guys. But their approach was, when they went to these different cities, they called themselves putting people on. Now that people that got put on, LA guys had the nerve to say, oh, this ain't this and this ain't that. You got to realize what's going on this street ain't got nothing to do with on that street. And what's going on that street ain't got nothing to do with going on the next. You know, one thing that prompted this video is I seen the video with Brick Baby, and he was speaking on the difference between Bloods and Crips in L.A. and out of town gang members. Now I do know that Brick Baby be in Atlanta a lot, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know if he was speaking on Atlanta when he was saying what he was saying, or was just a broad opinion. But he was saying that, you know, they beefs ain't as serious as our beefs out here. You know, you ain't finna have who was in the same building with 60s. You ain't finna have this, ain't finna have that. You ain't finna have this, you ain't finna have that. Guess what, Brick Baby, Mr. Scared to Catch the Fade? Shouldn't nobody respect you nowhere at this point. You scared to catch the fade from a dude that's in your own gang, where that could easily be set up. But guess what? It's like that down here too. Except for just cause you a rolling 60 down here, that don't mean you have beef with a Hoover. Your beef may be with another rolling 60 gang. You know what I'm saying? Or a kitchen crib gang, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. Let me break it down to you. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I live in a blood neighborhood. That's the Horseshoe. My peoples is from a Crip neighborhood. Walnut Park, rolling 60s. Now, the rolling 60s is going to be your biggest group of Crips out here. You got Kitchens, you got 60s. That's all I really know, Kitchens and 60s. But check it. They don't call themselves rolling 60s. That's how they do it in St. Louis. Whatever block you from, whatever the main block, like motherfuckers say, I'm from the 50. That means you from the 5,000 block of so-and-so. That may be the predominant block that y'all claim. Over here in the Horseshoe, they call this 5-5. I stay on 55. I'm not finna give you my exact address, but I stay on the 5500 block of my street, so I stay right in the 5-5 block. You know what I'm saying? But if these same guys that's Bloods got problem with some other Bloods, it's definitely going to be a problem when they see them. Hell, they may be cool with some rolling 60s, but when they see some other Bloods it's on, our beefs, y'all not finna take on our beefs just like we not finna take on y'all beefs. You know what I'm saying? Before Bloods and Crips was ever in places like Memphis, Tennessee being stacked bodies. I mean, you can Google this. You know what I'm saying? Memphis does 300 plus, almost 400 murders a year. The same amount as L.A. L.A. may do a little more, but you got to think, it's only 600,000 people in Memphis versus 4 million in Los Angeles. And that's not even counting their metropolitan area. So you talking about a city that has not even a full million people doing damn near the same amount of murders as a city that got 4. Y'all not the baddest people on earth. But I'm going to tell you like this. I rocks with LA. You know what I'm saying? I rocks with the West Coast. Can't nobody doubt that their influence. They have had a heavy influence on the culture. I mean, even from the music. At one time, all we got was just like I was telling y'all with the movies. All we got was New York, West Coast, New York, West Coast. Same with the music. At one point in time, that's all we heard. So when you had to pick which one you was more into, you only had 2 choices. Now you can, oh man, I listen to that music. I like that Memphis. You know, I like the Memphis sound. Or I like the Florida sound. I like them Chicago boys. I rock with the East Coast. You know, oh man, I bump straight West Coast. Now we got more of a choice. Back then, we didn't have no choice. That's why the Bloods and Crips are more popular. If Hollywood was in Chicago, it'd be Gangsta Disciple, Vice Lord, Mickey Cobra, you know, be the more predominant, you know. But like I say, the difference is, I'm gonna say the ultimate difference is between us and y'all, and I ain't trying to be funny when I say this, I'm just keeping it actual factual. Our hoods look like hoods. Our hoods look very dangerous. I went to LA one time, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, LA is the most beautiful city you can go to in this country. But me living in Florida, I realized it ain't about what this neighborhood look like. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that fool you. I didn't let that fool me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, LA is beautiful. You may be in LA and you just don't see the danger. Other than these movies that we done seen, you'll be like, I mean, I heard the dude say, man, oh man, I was in Inglewood, man, wasn't nothing going on, this, that, the third. Oh, it was this. It was, man, look here. Don't let that fool you. I didn't let that fool me. Actually, I got into it when I was on Crenshaw, when I was out there. And I thought I was going to lose my life. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all that story one day. You know what I'm saying? I got to get them numbers up first because I don't want to waste a good story and not having, you know, enough people to give it to. But our hoods look like hoods. You know, and another fact of the matter, look here, we ain't got Mexicans or no other race of that fact pressing up on us like, what's up, this, that, and the third. That's just not happening down south. That's not happening on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? You got the UBN. They formed because, you know, the Puerto Ricans were putting the press down to Rikers Island. And that's not to contradict myself. The Puerto Ricans identified themselves by Latin kings. So you got all these different Brooklyn hoods, Bronx hoods, whatever, all these black guys, but they wasn't identifying themselves by each other. So if we identifying ourselves, and y'all in this, you made 10 of y'all here, 20 of y'all here, 15 of y'all there. We can easily, and we identifying this 100 of us, this 100 gonna win. So when the New York guys took on that blood identity, things changed because now they're identifying themselves as together. But other than that, you ain't nobody just pressing up on black people like that. Not on the East Coast, dog. And when I say the East Coast, I'm talking about up north and down south. You know what I'm saying? But that don't make me take nothing from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it's strength in numbers. That's just like people ask me all the time. I heard the Haitians run Florida. No, they don't run Florida. They don't even run Miami. They run where they at. Say like Florida City, or let's say Homestead. If they predominantly the majority, and you not no Haitian, I advise you not to go over there tripping. They not running no Liberty City because, you know what I'm saying, wherever I can say the difference between Miami and Jacksonville, Florida is that they got whole hoods. They got a hood out there. You know what I'm saying? So when you got a hood, shit, man, look here, you better be careful how you go over there versus, it's just a few of them scattered out here and there around your hood, then yeah, you can do whatever you want. But when they got a whole hood coming, or they the majority in this city or this town, you got to respect it and check it, you know? So all in all, man, y'all LA guys, either y'all need to go on Google, because you can type in Milwaukee homicide rate 2022, St. Louis homicide rate 2022, Miami, Atlanta, Houston, Baltimore, Philadelphia, have you. You know what I'm saying? In which, that's just like when they say those type of things, Houston do more murders than LA. And I'm not talking per capita, I'm talking about actual numbers. Philadelphia do more murders than LA. Of course, Chicago does. And then it's kind of a tie between them and Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking per capita, I'm talking actual numbers, but they are up there. So with that said, how can a Crip from LA say what, oh, y'all ain't doing it like we doing it, to a Crip in Houston when Houston do more killing than y'all? You know, and it sounds stupid, it does, you know, but if you got to be proud of something, that's what you're proud of. Oh, come on, man, let go of that. And just for the record, I'm not no blood nor no Crip. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a blood neighborhood in Atlanta, but I'm not no blood. I'm older than that. I don't respect that coming from us. I feel like we bigger than that. We rep our zones. I'm from the 3. I'm from Zone 3, People Town, Summer Hill. The gang around there is ABG. My hood is Inglewood family, but they just like they be saying, oh, we not claiming y'all hoods. That's the affiliation. You're not gonna hear nobody say I'm Inglewood family. You're gonna hear them say I'm from ABG. I'm from, just like say like the Crip hood, YGC. They are rolling 60s. They not going around saying I'm rolling 60s. Nah, they saying I'm YGC or I'm Glock gang. You know what I'm saying? The hood come first, then the affiliation come next. That's what y'all got to understand. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, I rock with LA to the full, man. I think that them some of the coolest guys out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell a story, no matter how serious it is, and make it sound funny as somebody from LA. Just like can't nobody tell a story make it sound sadder than a person from New Orleans, even when they not trying. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, two things for sure, man. I mean, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, man, y'all need to cut that out, bro. Y'all need to cut that out. Like y'all say, what we doing out here don't apply to what y'all doing out there. What y'all doing out there don't apply down to nothing down here that don't mean shit to us down here. I done seen cats from L.A. get bitched up in Florida. I mean, motherfucker like this got his, like, on them like this. Head touching it, man. Out his way, it may have been a different result. You out here. That's what y'all gotta realize. Blog Talk TV, Piss Pianki, Lamb Lumumba. Like, share, subscribe. Go back and check out some of my other videos, you know what I'm saying, that I may have posted. Fuck with me or don't fuck with me at all. Stinking motherfuckers.